Hey folks, it's Jeff, and this is lesson one in the Elite Traffic and Training series. And what we're going to talk about today are the four mindsets for success. And this is for success with our traffic, but more importantly, this is really success for you trying to build a home-based business. And let me give you a little background on where these four mindsets come from first. Um, over the over the many years we've been working with small business owners, we have come to find that there's really three different outcomes from the people who end up buying our traffic. They're the folks who they have incredible success. They take our traffic and they build businesses that change their lives, that oftentimes change multiple people's lives, and they truly do live the life of their dreams. We also have people who buy our traffic, the exact same traffic, and they'll end up just having average results. They may spend $1,000 and they'll make $1,000. They'll just get kind of average bump along results. Nothing bad, but nothing that really comes along enough to significantly change their lives. The third outcome that we see is people come and buy traffic from us, the exact same traffic that the folks who were very successful with or had average results had. And the third group will end up buying traffic and it just will not work for them. They'll end up, in essence, failing, and they'll spend money and oftentimes not make back much money or not make any money back at all. And we have over the years we have just kind of wrangled with what the difference is and how do we best help our traffic clients prepare so they can be the ones who have the successful outcomes. And these four mindsets without fail are adopted and internalized by every single one of our customers who have been successful. So let me cover these mindsets, and hopefully this will help you best prepare yourself for success with our traffic. The first mindset, and this seems to make sense, and it's really just kind of business 101, but oftentimes for some of the folks, especially when we first start working with them, this is something that they don't understand the true importance of this. A business, any business, must sell something to someone on a predictable and ongoing basis. You must have a traffic plan. You have to know how you're going to get customers on an ongoing basis. Like I mentioned before, the folks who are successful, they have a traffic plan, and their traffic plan is usually planned out 3 to 6 months. And they know exactly what they're going to do, and they know exactly how they're going to work to get the results they want to get. The folks that we have seen that have had average results, they usually have about a 1 month traffic plan. They know kind of over the next month, here's what we think we'll do, and here's what we're hoping to see. And that's really about the extent of their traffic plan. And then the folks who we have seen that are not getting positive results, who are having kind of failing results, oftentimes they have no traffic plan. They're going to try something and just see what happens. And for those folks, oftentimes they end up frustrated, they end up disappointed, and we've come to find that for them, a lot of times, if there really isn't a solid traffic plan, oftentimes it's probably best they don't even buy traffic from us, because it just ends up being something where too often without a plan, they're just going to end up disappointed. The second mindset that we found is they have an appropriate timeline and they have specific follow-up plans. Time plus follow-up equals success. Like I mentioned earlier, the folks that we have seen be most successful, they've got a mindset over the next 3 to 6 months, they're going to continue to approach those leads from the traffic. And they know over that time frame, they're going to be building a relationship. They're going to be contacting. They're going to be getting those folks, involved in multiple realms inside of their follow-up system. And they know that by the time they've spent, 3 to 6 months with them, oftentimes they're going to find those folks move into buying something from them, but they have a specific plan of how they're going to do it over the next 3 to 6 months. And our highest end traffic clients and coaching clients, that is without a doubt their number one thing for success. They tell us that the profit is in the follow up. So to be successful, the second mindset, it deals with having an appropriate timeline and follow up plans. The folks who end up having average results, like I said earlier, typically they've got a follow up plan that's about 30 days. And over those 30 days, they probably have some kind of canned prepackaged email series that they got from something or someone. And that's really about the extent of their plan. And then after that, it's just sort of a, I don't know, we'll see. And that usually just doesn't work very well at all. And then for the folks that we have seen that have just not been successful at all with our traffic, they have literally no follow up plan at all. They have no specific plan. They've typically just plugged into something, and they're just going to let whatever it is do whatever it does. And they don't have a clear mindset of how they're going to follow up to ensure that they get the maximum profit out of their traffic. The third mindset that our most successful traffic partners have is they must offer more than one thing. You know, every successful business offers a menu of products that appeal to the customers that walk through their door. And our best traffic partners and our best coaching clients, they know how and they have a plan to offer a menu of products to the people who come through their traffic. And it may be a big ticket thing, it may be a little ticket thing, it may be a monthly thing, it may be something with a payment plan, it may be a software package, it may be something to make their life easier. You know, it's just a portfolio or menu of products and offers that they're going to have available to run to their traffic. And they have a plan of how they're going to do it over that 3 to 6 month period of time. For the folks who have kind of average results, they probably usually have one main offer, and then they usually have one follow-up offer, and that's really about all they do. And with that, we see that they, like I said earlier, they get average results for their menu. And the folks who do not have positive results and end up kind of failing with the traffic, they have no menu. They have no idea. And like I said with the earlier two mindsets, they're just buying traffic, hoping something will happen. And they don't have a real specific plan of how they're going to make it happen. The fourth mindset, and this is probably, of all the mindsets, this is the one I think I want you to really focus on first. The ultimate freedom in business and in life comes from the ability to command traffic. And our very, very best traffic clients and coaching clients, they understand the importance of being able to command traffic. And when they can command traffic, they know that they can basically just make money on demand. And their ability to control and command traffic is factored into, that mindset is factored into all the other previous mindsets. You know, it is factored into their follow-up plan. It is factored into their menu plan. You know, I mean, it is factored into every bit of their business. And that's why as they do things, it's not just about, well, hey, what happened this week? Now they're mindful of results in the short term, but they're very focused on the big results over time. And like I said, the profit is in the follow-up and their ability to control traffic. Folks who have gotten average results, they understand the concept of traffic, they understand of commanding traffic, but they don't really mindfully and purposefully build their control and command of traffic. And then, of course, the folks who have struggled and who have failed with our traffic, they typically have no autoresponder. They have no mindful design of how they're building their lists or building their influence or building their platform. They're just buying traffic, hoping someone will buy and that it's going to put some money in their pocket. And that's fine, but that's not the way the folks who have really seen the best results with their businesses, how they do it. And what we're looking for as we begin this training series is we want to set you on the path to where you're going to have the best opportunity for success. And we're looking for success partners with our traffic. We want to see you building the lifestyle of your dreams, the income of your dreams, the business of your dreams. And we know that our traffic can be a significant formula to help you with that. And so as we continue through, let me just quickly go back and recap. Okay? The first mindset that successful folks know is that they know that their business must sell something to someone on a predictable and ongoing basis. Nothing stinks more in business than having no idea where your next piece of business is coming from. That's why it's so important to be able to command traffic. The second mindset is you've got to have a specific timeline and follow-up plans. And the most successful folks, it's 3 to 6 months. Some of ours even have 9-month plans. The third mindset is you need to be of the mind of offering a menu. No business can offer just one thing that's going to satisfy every single customer that comes through their door. That's why every business you walk into, they offer multiple things, be it restaurants, clothing stores, sporting goods stores, everywhere. They all have multiple things that appeal to buyers who walk through their doors. And then finally, the ultimate freedom in business and life comes from the ability to command traffic. And we're going to work very closely with you to put you in full control and command of traffic. In our next lesson, we're going to talk about the 3 kinds of traffic and how you can command each of them, and how the most successful traffic partners and coaching clients command traffic at will. Hey, I appreciate you listening to this today. If you've got questions or you'd like to leave comment, please feel free to comment below or shoot a question off to us. Thank you.